This is my review of One Piece. Okay, so after Luffy destroyed Krieg's battle spear, Luffy then switches tactics entirely and begins focusing on Krieg's armor to try and break it so that he can actually land a finishing blow on Krieg. So, Krieg, realizing that Luffy can't beat him with all of his cheap tactics, instead lowers Luffy into a trap, and Luffy does fall for it but is able to crack his armor. And the trap does lead them into free fall, which unfortunately means that Luffy is going to fall into the ocean if he doesn't finish this quickly. And he does fall into the ocean, but not because of Krieg. Well, kind of because of Krieg, but I'll explain that. So, Luffy gets out of the trap unharmed, mostly, and manages to finish off Krieg's armor, but Krieg still has his little wristlets left and is able to trap Luffy in a steel net. But unfortunately for Krieg, Luffy is able to get his arms and legs free and deliver one last finishing blow to Krieg by grabbing him with his legs and smashing him as hard as he can into the deck of the Baratie, which does finish Krieg off, mostly. I'll get to that in a minute, but Luffy does fall into the ocean, and after some delayed prompting by Zack, Sanji eventually goes in after him, and while he's down there, laments on what he wants to do with his life and all the advice he's gotten throughout this arc. So he realizes that he does want to find the All Blue, and realizes that he never really went after it for whatever reason, and realizes that he needs to actually take initiative and actually go find the All Blue instead of just sitting around on his ass for who knows how long until it actually happens, which is an interesting little thing. And eventually Luffy is rescued by Sanji, who pulls him to the deck, and Luffy goes from being passed out to the oxygen deprivation to going immediately to sleep, which can't be good for his brain, or really anything for that matter. But unfortunately, something weird happens with Krieg. So as I said, Luffy did deliver enough of force to knock Krieg out, but Krieg gets back up, and his crew points out that he's not actually conscious, and is actually, I guess, sleep fighting, and he's spouting words in his subconscious state about how he will never be beaten and how he's the strongest man and all that, yada yada yada. You've heard that all before because the entire arc is about that. But it's at this point where Gin, who has spent this past couple minutes while Luffy was underwater coming to terms with the fact that he realized Don Krieg wasn't really the best person to follow, and delivers one last blow to Krieg's stomach, which finally puts him down. So after scooping up Krieg, Gin reveals to Sanji that he admires Luffy's ambition and realizes that he wants to be a bit more like Luffy, and will be coming back at some point. He implies that he's going to come back, but he says that he might not because of the poison. But he says that there's a possibility, which I haven't seen anything past this point, but I know certain plot points happen. I don't know if that's one of them, but it might happen. And anyway, Gin leaves with all of the Krieg pirates on a little dinghy that they use to drive to and from the Baratie to get groceries, and they basically take it and leave with it. So yeah. And then the last shot is actually the most interesting part of the episode. The last shot here is of Nami, who is actually lamenting on the fact that she may never see them again, and says that she wants to be free. Now, I'm not entirely sure what she means here, but considering the words she says she wants to be free, and the picture of one of the pirates that we saw, I can only assume that specific pirate is holding her as property, or holding somebody she knows as property. So that's actually kind of interesting, and I'm pretty sure that's the next arc. I don't know. but I'm interested to see where that's going to go, because it's clear that Nami has some demons that she needs to go punch in the face, quite literally. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. And I think there's one more episode left of the Bronte arc before we get to see that. So yeah, but yeah, now I think now that Luffy has actually defeated Krieg, now Zeph has to hold his promise and actually let Luffy go do pirate things now. So yeah, Luffy is going to be leaving in the next episode and going out to do new things, but the question still remains of whether Sanji is going to go with him or not. Obviously he is, but I'm not entirely sure if he's going to go because he wants to be a pirate or if he wants to just chase his ambitions, but who knows? We'll see. But anyway, if you guys seen this episode of One Piece, what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also check out my Patreon description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it really helps me out, so I would definitely recommend doing that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace! Who knows? I'll check when I go into edit, but I believe it only took about 5 minutes for me to actually do it.